What if the most twisted experiments in history weren't just science fiction? What if, hidden in the dark corners of secret laboratories, scientists pushed the boundaries of nature in ways we can barely comprehend? From grotesque hybrid creatures to bizarre mutations.
What is that? Whoa.
Hang on for some of the most chilling crossbreeding experiments that no one was supposed to see otherwise.
Oh, trong Lucas. Yan nggak sih?
Werewolf in building. In an abandoned building of a desolate town, an avid explorer ended up discovering this strange creature. Hiding among the crumbling walls was a creature that seemed plucked from legend, a werewolf. With its jet black hair, sharp teeth, and that human-like build, it looked very much like the creature of the night. Now some people believe that this was the work of some mad scientist who tried experimenting with human and animal DNA. However, some claim that it's the real deal. Whatever it was, one thing was sure. This creature looked ready to destroy whatever came in its path. Walking Dogman. This man thought he saw a black shadow move between the trees, towering and massive in size. Little did he know, it was none other than the fearsome Dogman. Its broad shoulders, black fur, and the elongated limbs were unmistakable. Silently moving between the trees, it seemed like it had been living in these woods for quite some time. Could it be the legendary Dogman, or a modern-day werewolf? Everyone has a theory of their own. Some believe it was really the Dogman finally being found, while the skeptics claimed it as nothing but a hoax. What do you think? Abandoned house encounter. This guy was taking a walk in the middle of nowhere when he came across an abandoned house and saw what he believed did not exist. Till that moment, a skinwalker. With its skeletal frame, thin limbs, it seemed to move with an otherworldly aura as it leapt for the roof of the house with no trouble at all. These shape-shifting entities from Navajo lore have long haunted the imaginations of those exploring the supernatural, and this sighting just added another layer to the mystery. Was this a true encounter with a skinwalker, or something else entirely? Shrunken creature. Deep in the woods, an explorer made an unsettling discovery.
A mí lo que me pareció raro fue justamente estas patas que...
A skeleton unlike anything seen before, looked like it was shrunk before recognition. However, its elongated limbs, those teeth, and that spine bore an eerie resemblance to the legendary chupacabra, which of course fueled the rumors about its existence.
Y en la parte de atrás las patas son más pequeñas.
These remains, though shrunken and brittle, revealed a hauntingly humanoid structure mixed with animalistic features, including those claw-like hands and that misshapen skull. Do you think this could really be that notorious chupacabra?
Cuidado, qué horrible huele. Mira que son como picos en la espalda.
A known cryptid found. This farmer was having a regular day tending to the fields when fate had something else planned for him. Caught in fleeting footage, a jet-black entity suddenly emerged from the fields. Now this creature, shadowy and enigmatic, seemed to defy all classification. Yep, the internet was torn over what could this thing be? A cryptid? A hybrid experiment? Or something far more sinister? Its inky black appearance reflected no light, which only added to its unnatural aura. While it tried to move further, one move from the guy sent it running back to where it had come from. Creature locked in cage. Now this shocking clip began with a strange, dangerous creature locked inside a cage, and looked like it could not just wait to break out of it with the way it aggressively hit the lock. The creature's movements were both primal and unsettling as it paced around the cage, clawing at its confinement. People believe it's the Nahual, a shape-shifting entity from the Mesoamerican legend. Though the way it was caged, it looks more like the scientists experimented and now were seriously afraid of the result and the consequences. If this thing ever got out, it could only bring chaos and destruction. Chilling encounter on road.
No, esa vaina se está moviendo.
These guys were driving down a secluded road late one night when all of a sudden, their headlights caught a haunting figure sitting in the middle of the road.
Está grabando, compa. No sé, yo no me atrevo a coger para allá.
As soon as the light hit it, the creature stood up and slowly turned its head to the side. It was like it had acknowledged their presence. Or maybe it had been waiting for them all along. Covered in all black, only its head was visible, a pale pinkish hue with weird pointy ears. What happened to these guys? No one knows. Some believe this was a legit encounter with a skinwalker, while others claimed it to be just a hoax. The truth remains unknown. The Forest Lurker. Well, if you still don't believe in ancient forest beings haunting the woods, maybe this next one will. Deep in the shadowy heart of the woods, this one explorer chose nighttime to wander around the woods. Turns out that was a bad idea, as a chilling figure emerged from the trees.
You want from me? Why you keep following me?
With bent legs, it walked quite unnaturally, and the skeletal frame didn't help either.
What do you want from me?
Slowly it crept forward until it fully came into the frame before the video cut off shortly. Was it a forgotten cryptid, or had gone terribly wrong? Haunting encounter. A group of explorers thought it would be a good idea to check out a haunted forest. That too, in the middle of the night. They had no idea that a chilling sight awaited them. Armed with only flashlights, they kept walking when suddenly the light fell on a strange, pale humanoid hanging from a tree. As if that wasn't freaky enough, its legs seemed to bend at an unnatural angle, suggesting something unworldly. Of course, this unsettling sight left them with more questions than answers. Was this a ghost of something or someone lost to time? Or something far more darker? You tell us. Bigfoot behind a tree. This next startling sight left the wilderness enthusiasts buzzing. By the looks of it, the elusive giant of the legend was reportedly seen peeking out from behind a tree. Its dark, shaggy, and massive silhouette was unmistakable, and its curious, watchful demeanor just gave it away even more that it was indeed the fabled Bigfoot. Witnesses claimed its movements were deliberate, as it used the tree for cover. Of course, this encounter reignited the debate about the existence of the legendary cryptid. Some even suggested that this sighting provided yet another clue to its mysterious existence. Mysterious creature in zoo. Now this peculiar video showed what the camera captured in this zoo enclosure. At first these creatures were thought to be monkeys, but that wasn't the case. Their movements defied normality as they crawled like humans with quite an uncanny precision. Adding to the mystery, a tree within the enclosure seemed to shift as if alive, its branches moving in unnatural ways. The whole scene obviously left viewers questioning the validity of this footage. Some claimed it to be just an elaborate prank, nothing more. But there were few who suggested it could be the work of something far more mysterious. Return of dire wolf. If you thought dire wolves were extinct, well, you better think again, because this next clip will surely make you change your mind. This colossal creature, whose size and presence seemed to defy the natural world, was found running around this open field in the middle of nowhere. And if it hadn't been for this hunter who filmed it, the world would have never known about its existence. For centuries, these creatures have held a powerful place in human history. Some believe they were divine emissaries, while others claim they were, in fact, harbinger of chaos. What do you think was this one? Mysterious interdimensional being. In the heart of Peru's wilderness, an extraordinary encounter left the researchers and locals baffled. A mysterious creature with pinkish textured skin that seemed to be glowing in the light. A stark contrast to the overall dark surrounding. But the most creepy part about it was the way its face seemed to be moving, as if it was adapting and morphing into another shape, all while its eyes glowed. Was this an undiscovered species? Or better yet, a creature from another world? The footage raised a ton of questions, while the actual truth still remains a secret. Tiny shadow. The internet was buzzing with a mysterious sighting. It seemed, in the middle of the night, while the world slept, these guys came across a strange creature. Tiny humanoid creatures were spotted peeking out from behind a rock. Yep, they were that small. Probably why they were hiding behind that rock. From these humans, of course. They were aware of being filmed. Too bad they couldn't do anything about it. They looked like they were the mythical little people from folklore. However, some believe them to be something entirely new to science. But I'm more concerned about the fact that no matter if they were little or not, the way they were hiding, they were not ready to come out to the world just yet. Mysterious presence. In a dense, misty forest, a guy was in the middle of a peaceful hike when his day took a rather unexpected turn. There, moving between the trees, was a creature resembling a forest being that only belonged to fantasy before. An elf, moving with such a purpose as if this thing had been living here all this time. It looked like it was searching for something. Its body blended seamlessly with the forest background as if it belonged to these woods. With sharp eyes, it scanned its surroundings, and it seemed like the elf was aware of the observer, but chose to remain elusive, vanishing into the trees before it could be fully understood. Terrifying rooftop stalker. In the hush of the night, a parked car sat eerily beside a crumbling wall in the middle of nowhere. But that wasn't the creepy part. On its roof, there was a grotesque man-like creature sitting on its haunches, slowly moving about. It seemed like it was trying to find a way to climb down, but was failing miserably. Who or what could this be? A cryptid? A failed experiment, perhaps? Or maybe something far more darker? While that was one terrifying thought, the clip ended before we found out whether it made it down from the car or not. And so the truth about it still remains a secret. Haunting encounter. In the middle of the night, these guys were searching for something, digging around and exploring the ground, when they sensed an otherworldly presence. Of course they looked for it, and there it was. With black cloak all over, the figure stood at a distance away from them. Only its red, glowing eyes were visible, which seemed to stare right at them, almost as if looking inside their souls, freezing them in their place. The air grew heavier with each passing second. I'm sure all they could think was who or what it was, and what did it want from them. Some believe it was a spectral being, while others claimed it was a watcher from another realm. Forest sprite spotted. Captured at a distance, a mysterious shadowy figure stood still under the trees. And while it seemed to be rooted in one place, it was still moving about, looking here and there.
Oh, he spotted me.
Now the internet came up with a bunch of theories of their own. As this thing was observed from a distance, it's hard to determine what it actually was. Some claim it could be a genuine sighting of a forest sprite, as its movements were too calculated for an animal. But there were others who believed it could just be a hoax. Share your thoughts down below as to what this could be.
No, I'm watching him by the looks of it. Okay, I better get man down.
Ghostly encounter. This clip began with an eerie figure shrouded in all white, standing still and staring straight ahead. With its black hair and pallid grayish face, it stood motionless, sending chills down the spine of anyone who saw it, adding to its horrifying presence. Believed to be a Kuntilanak, a vengeful female spirit from South Asian folklore. This spectral entity was known to haunt secluded places, and it fed on sorrow and horror. The only question is that could this really be paranormal, or just a trick of the mind? Mystical creature spotted. This mystical creature randomly walking outside a man's house shocked the onlookers. Its weird body, much like a leopard, made one thing clear. This was no ordinary feline. But what was it? And the strange light shimmering through its body made everything even more strange and started an online debate. Many believed it was a mythical creature the man spotted in his house, while skeptics were in disbelief. But then it did something at the end that shocked everyone. It changed its shape, and suddenly wings came out of its feathery body. This made the people call it a natural anomaly. But if you have some explanation, comment below. Witch in the shadows. While walking through the middle of the woods with nothing but a flashlight to see where he was headed, this guy came across his worst nightmare. A white shadowy figure stood a certain distance away, lingering in that darkness. Its translucent form seemed to be floating. Now locals whispered of a witch haunting these parts of the woods. Little did he know he would end up encountering the said entity while the figure stood still. The guy knew he only had moments to run for dear life. So he did, given the way his camera shook in the end. Strange entity caught. In the dense, misty forest, Minas Gerais, Brazil, a mysterious being was caught on camera, lurking behind a tree.
Nessa vida, mas isso eu vou até mostrar pra vocês aqui pra vocês não falar que eu tô mentindo.
The footage showed a pale, humanoid figure with a head that seemed to be covered in leaves. It peeked curiously from its hiding spot, as if it was aware of being filmed and couldn't bother to do anything about it. Minas Gerais has long been steeped in tales of mythical creatures. Could this thing be one of them, or something else entirely?
Parece até que tem corpo ali, umas pernas, mas aquilo...
Mysterious glowing eyes. A man was walking his dog in the night through the woods when his camera caught something truly unsettling. As his dog suddenly got on edge, he knew something strange was about to happen. And there it was. A pair of glowing eyes suddenly appeared in the dark, blinking hauntingly. However, as soon as those appeared, they quickly vanished soon after. Now my guess is this creature warned the guy not to venture close enough, as if that was its territory. Probably it was a predator lurking in the dark, or it could be something else. Who knows? Wendigo sighting. In a chilling encounter deep into the forest, a man was live streaming his hike and came to a sudden stop as he came across a deer behaving in a very strange manner. It was swaying left and right while being in one spot. And then, all of a sudden, a pair of glowing red eyes along with a red mouth appeared behind the deer.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Locals claimed it was a Wendigo that had the deer in such a state, the eyes fixed on the deer as if watching it with an evil intent. Now, Wendigos are known to prey on humans and animals both. Yep, no discrimination on their part. They are often said to hypnotize their prey to lure it into submission. Seemed like that was exactly what was happening. What do you think? Mysterious creature spotted. Late one night, a driver reported a strange and terrifying encounter with a creature that seemed to emerge from the shadows and stopped in between parked cars. The figure was tall, with unsettling features, possibly human shape, but distorted in ways that made it unrecognizable. Its movements were jerky and unsettling, given the way it was trying to walk on all fours. The internet had a field day, trying to figure out its origins. It could be a skinwalker, known for mimicking the appearance of animals and humans. or it could be the result of horrible experimentation. Strange creature on tree. Deep in the Canadian woods, far from the safety of civilization, one avid forest explorer came across a creepy figure perched on top of a tree, cloaked only in white, with its inky black hair.
What the is that?
It seemed to be moving its hand in some sort of gesture. Could it be a witchy ritual of some sort? 'Cause this one definitely looked like a witch terrorizing these parts of the woods. But there were some locals who believed it to be an apparition, or a spirit of the forest. She hardly seemed friendly though, that's for sure.
What the is that? What do you want?
Dark encounter in forest. A YouTube explorer decided to visit one of the most haunted forests. However, in the heart of that cursed place, there was something else that was waiting for him.
Oh God.
As he was wandering around the place, there seemed to be an ancient sacred well in the middle of the place. But the scary thing happened when a ghostly apparition suddenly appeared near it. With glowing, burning eyes, it stood motionless. There were rumors that this place was used for ancient rituals in the past, and the presence of such a spirit might be tied to long-forgotten ceremonies, or the spirits still haunting it. What do you think? Alien creature spotted. While driving back home, this man thought to take a shortcut through a desolate road, only to come across the most frightening creature he had ever seen. Lying on the side of the road, the creature appeared to be struggling. It looked like it was trying its hardest to get up, but failing, with its movements being jerky and quite unnatural.
Oh my God.
On top of it, its bizarre appearance, unrecognizable from any known animal or human left, everyone baffled. Was this alien being a failed genetic experiment, or a creature born from some unspeakable mutation? Horned creature sighted. Travelers in the remote wilderness of Turkey stumbled upon something straight out of a nightmare. They were hiking the mountain when they saw a black shadowy figure poking its head from the top of a cliff.
Burayı koruyan boynuzlu şaşapa bu çok güçlü.
While it was dark and the footage was grainy, the horns and the glowing eyes of the creature were enough to make them believe it may be the notorious Goatman known to terrorize the land of Texas and Maryland. However, skeptics claimed it to be something else. Which side are you on?
Burayı koruyan boynuzlu şaşapa bu çok güçlü.
Chained beast found. An unsettling discovery was made when a video leaked of a beast that was found bound up in heavy chains. It was a bear-like creature, but the weird part was the fact that its spine was protruding out from its back, and that suggested it was definitely the result of experimentation. Its gaping mouth revealed razor-sharp teeth more akin to a predator from nightmares than anything known to science. So, is it a failed experiment, or a freak of nature? Freaky creature on road. In the middle of a scenic road, these guys were probably off on a trip when they had to stop as something blocked their path. There, in the middle, was a creature that eerily resembles the legendary Chupacabra. Although it was small, it fit the description aptly. However, its awkward, almost desperate attempts to climb up the hilly roadside left everyone stunned. But then it charged straight at the person recording it. Now, many are questioning whether this could be evidence of the elusive cryptid or something entirely new. Mysterious backyard discovery. Kids were having their playtime in the backyard when the one recording ended up catching something creepy coming out of a hole. A hole was dug up. Don't know for what purpose, but I'm guessing these homeowners were not prepared for what came out of it. A skeletal head poked out, however, it quickly darted back inside. And that thing vanished without even a trace behind. Now my guess is that this thing had been living underground and probably got disturbed when they dug up the hole. Shocking tourist trail sighting. Ever gone to a busy tourist spot? People buzzing all around, and all of a sudden you notice something unusual camouflage behind the small brick wall? Well, this guy did and recorded it. Blending in perfectly with the foliage was a horned creature hiding by all the people around. Only if it hadn't been for its horns, it would have gone unnoticed. And although a close-up look revealed it was a man-like creature, the horns suggested otherwise. Good for the people who were oblivious to this bizarre entity lurking by, as no one knows what it actually was. Unsettling trail camera footage. Late one night, this trail camera captured something truly unsettling. A creature thought only to exist in legends and myths turned out to be true. A strange walking on all fours with unnerving long, spindly legs, and a small head adorned with glowing eyes. Its gaunt, otherworldly frame had left many questioning whether this was a cryptid discovery or something that defied all logic and explanation. While this creature crossed the entirety of the field, it looked like it had trouble walking on all fours. So why walk like this then, right? Unbelievable footage discovered. One of most baffling videos to surface online was of this creature who seemed to have picked up a camera and started recording. While only its torn up, red limbs were visible in the video, it was enough to suggest this was one creepy being as it observed everything around. Even picked up a broken toy of some sort. My question was, where the heck did it get the camera from? Its newest victims, probably. And how did it end up this way? Result of terrible experimentation. Strange cryptid on tree. This homeowner was having a chill night when all of a sudden he saw something strange perched on top of a tree through his window. It was an unknown creature sitting perfectly still on the tree, as if it owned the place. Its posture was unnerving still as it observed the guy.
Oh, what the hell? He's right there.
Yo!
The witness described it as an otherworldly being with features they couldn't quite place. Some claimed it was an undiscovered species, while others believed it to be a cryptid out of legend. No one knows the truth. Creature of Filipino folklore. The Philippines made headlines when a strange creature was spotted in the woods, believed to only have existed in myths and folklore before. The Cybin, a sinister being known to be a hybrid of a goat and a dog, with a most unsettling gait, walking backwards with its head between its hind legs and its massive hand-like ears. And if that wasn't scary enough, it's also known to suck blood from its victims by lashing out with its whip-like tail. Definitely being one of the most haunting figures of this folklore. But if it truly exists, well, that's one terrifying thought. Eerie, shrouded figure. Who knew hiking through the woods at night could take such a terrifying turn? Well, unfortunately for these guys, it did as they made this chilling discovery.
Ah, no manches. Nos está mirando, güey.
A figure lying on the ground, shrouded in white from head to toe. Only a small portion of its head was visible, showing its inky black hair and grayish, worn-out skin. But the most unsettling were its eyes that were wide open, staring blankly. Yet the body exhibited no movement at all.
Mames, ¿qué es este pedo, güey?
Theories suggest it could be a paranormal manifestation, or maybe something beyond human comprehension. What do you think? Terrifying encounter on trail. While hiking through the woods late at night, this hiker noticed something strange in the distance. A figure covered in cloth, standing still on the trail. But then it vanished. You would think, the moment it vanished, the hiker would have had the chance to run. But nope, because the creature appeared right next to him the very next moment, as if it had been there all along. And the close-up revealed how frightening it actually was, with a red, bruised-up face and black lips. Locals claimed it was a ghost haunting these woods. But there were rumors that this thing was in fact the result of an experimentation gone terribly wrong. Chupacabra, captured by family. In a chilling revelation, A family in Texas claimed to have captured the elusive and fierce creature of the legend, a chupacabra. Known for allegedly draining the blood of livestock, the creature had long been the subject of myths and urban legends across Latin America and the United States.
He called me to come and look, and I said, Bubba, that looks like a baby chupacabra.
According to the family, they discovered the creature lurking around their property after noticing a string of mysterious animal deaths. The family managed to trap the creature in a cage, and initial photos showed a small, reptilian creature with spiny, leathery skin and glowing eyes. Know you whether this was indeed the mythical chupacabra or simply another cryptid yet to be identified? The family's discovery managed to spark widespread debate and intrigue. Dogman caught on camera. In an astonishing new video that quickly went viral, viewers were left speechless as this camper witnessed what could be the largest dogman ever captured on camera.
Oh, come on inside! Carly!
The footage, shot in a remote wooded area, revealed a towering bipedal creature that closely resembled the terrifying myth of the Dogman, but on a scale that defied all belief. Standing at over 9 feet tall, the creature's massive, muscular frame and wolf-like features are enough to send chills down anyone's spine. The guy tried to capture the sight of it again by setting up a trail camera at night, and this is what it ended up capturing. What do you think? The real deal or something else? And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. Filmed in a remote forested region, the video showed a creature with features reminiscent of a wolf, but standing upright like a human. With glowing eyes and a muscular humanoid frame, the creature's eerie presence sent shivers down the spine of those who viewed it. As sightings of this elusive creature became more frequent, it raised the question, could Dogman truly exist outside of folklore? You tell us.